Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a videocast and podcast from univrm.com. Today is one of our opinion articles titled, What if Governments Could Not Tax and Needed Profit? Opinion articles written as an opinion on a subject or topic, the norm, so we thought we'd try a hypothetical question. People, companies, and everything but charities need to show a profit because employees paid, stockholders want dividends, and if you're blessed, with children, they want money too. What kind of government would one have if it could not tax and had to show a profit? Tax is not liked by citizens of any country at any point in time, and yet people who make laws, run governments, etc., always go for the take method instead of servicing their citizens' subjects. What if the government paid its citizen subjects instead of taxing them? And how could they do so? The first thing that came to mind when we discussed this subject was a massive demand for immigration by the best, brightest, wealthiest, and probably just about everyone else too. No taxes on employment, capital gains, inheritance, or anything else seems like a weird concept for government until you remember the rest of society pays no tax on any other form of organization other than countries. Governments control natural resources, infrastructure, and provide an overall framework for organization trying to provide some level of fairness to all people. Unlike companies, governments also do a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense because of purely political reasons. We all know life is never fair, and despite lots of hypocritical words to the contrary, we learn it at a very early age. The laws most people have trouble with fall into two basic categories. The first category related to anything having to do with giving up money, earned by anyway, except for theft. The second category related to anything the government wants to control related to personal behavior. In both cases, the axiom, pain only causes more pain, the result of limiting freedoms. Governments are only friendly with each other when it suits their purpose at any given point in time. 10 generations ago, the English burned the White House to the ground, and today are described by both Americans and English as having a special relationship. Governments, elected or otherwise, comprised of human beings who tend to think of things in a more immediate manner, and generational planning doesn't really exist. In every area of human endeavor, there is a company or people providing the exact same services governments offer. The only possible exceptions might be military or police forces, but those too successfully privatized and ran efficiently. A government can offer contracts to bidders, as it does now, to provide goods and services and earn a profit from their operation. Drive on a road, you pay. Take a bus, you pay. Drill for oil, you pay. Offer wireless networks or every other form of natural resource or infrastructure service within a country, paid for by those who use it. The government is a natural point of issuing currency attached to real value, gold for example, and not acting as a licensed counterfeiter. Okay, we can see it is feasible to have a government that subcontracts everything for which it receives a profit or royalty, except for perhaps the military. What if the military only used to protect the country from imminent danger or attack and further... What if the military only used to protect the country from imminent danger or attack? And further, what if you could subcontract your military to other governments so they don't have to build armed forces and instead choose to have their territorial integrity maintained by forces other than their own military? One can also imagine there will be troubles with laws and the breaking of same. In general, laws seem to make more trouble than they solve, so perhaps there are very few laws, just the basics, and any violation of same is a fine. What if you can't pay the fine, and no one else will pay it either? Taking a lesson from what worked for the first 25,000 years of human organization, they are banished. That means courts, lawyers, blah blah blah. They don't work very well either, and are certainly not fair, so some type of new form of adjudication needs to be created. Perhaps government could invest a portion of their profits in research and development and receive a profit on those investments. Generational issues, not quarterly returns, such as things like space exploration, science, medicine, art, literature, and other long-term issues which help many people invested in and profited from. I believe we are seeing a pattern of a form of human organization that already works in this manner. A corporation does all these things today. So citizen subjects become shareholders, and maybe it starts as one share when you're born, but you can always buy more. That gives everyone a vote, but those who buy more shares vote more than those who don't, and the money used to operate the subcontracts, investments, and licenses, excess capital paid out as a dividend. Maybe it won't work, but what we have is not working now, or rather it is working, but not too well. Opinion articles are supposed to make you think of something or relay an opinion. One does wonder if there isn't a better way to do things than what we see today, which does not work for most of us. This has been copyright 2012, univrm.com, trademarked, all rights reserved. At univrm.com, we create original content with humor and satire on current event news, opinion articles, economy articles, science current events, and our science fiction book series titled Change Hope. As an advertisement, there is a donations accepted button on our website, www.univrm.com, and donations welcome to help us keep publishing in difficult economic times. As a second advertisement, please remember univrm.com, offering our science fiction book series Change Hope, released as a series on a chapter and book-by-book basis like the old Amazing Stories magazine. Change Hope available in all ebook formats and as an audiobook. You can download the first chapter for free by going to www.univrm.com/downloads/. You can listen to this article via podcast at the iTunes Store by subscribing to univrm.com, or read it on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at the UNIVRM channel. This has been a podcast, a videocast brought to you by univrm.com, and we hope to bring you more in future.